All right, let's get the humor over with. Happy Father's Day, and yes, you can call me Daddy if you want to. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. How are you? Happy Father's Day again. To one and all who are dads, parents, fathers, whatever. I was fortunate enough to spend time with my father this day, even though it was incredibly busy where we were. But as some of you may be aware, Pop KillCo is fighting with pancreatic cancer. And that's been a thing for the past year or so. So this Father's Day in particular was a little bit more, a little bit of sigh of relief that all is going okay. But we will see. I'm not the one to be positive about anything. Now let me double check something, make sure we're all running, up and running. We are. Good. Whew. I don't know when that'll be a thing I don't have to worry about, but it's not today. With that, I see people. Super dad. 5 fingers high five. Zenbu. Super dad. Something like that. Schwelcome. Speaking of Pop KillCo, there he is. Surprised you caught this live, Dad. I had to start it early. I could have started it at 7, but the way I'm feeling right now, it's just a slow, steady, down kind of feeling because of all the people I was around earlier. And, of course, the amount of wine and beer that was had, and food. I can still feel it. But I'm not going to stop. What I am going to do is have a lot of low-proof whiskey. Because I asked my dad, I said, Papa KillCo, what do you want me to drink today for your live stream? For the Father's Day live stream. Well, he threw me off. I thought it was going to be peated Scotch. It isn't. I don't even know if I can handle that today. We'll see. First of all, Music Maestro. Can't really hear it, but I'm sure it's there. Let me know if you can hear it, because I can barely hear it. What's my music volume at here? There we go. Okay. So my dad said Irish whiskey. Because that is some great stuff. I had no complaints about that. I was just expecting a different answer. Since he was very keen on Lefroy and Ardbeg and peated stuff early on. Or at least at the start-ish. But he's grown as a whiskey person, and he doesn't drink as much. So with that, you lean into the lower proof, more friendly, more accessible, less punchy whiskeys. Specifically Irish whiskeys. So I have 4 right here. Tiny pours. Incredibly tiny pours. Uh-oh, there's trouble. Pinch hitter whiskey. Hello. Schwelcome. I see you're doing a stream later. Another reason I might have gone earlier. I was like, oh, I can do this right now. This actually worked pretty well since I'd already gotten home. And this just got me to speed it up a bit. And here we are. We are starting with one my father actually bought for me once upon a time. This is Green Spot. It has become my birthday whiskey. Because my dad bought it for me some years ago for my birthday. And ever since, it's just been the one where it's like, yep, I need to have this all the time, and it's good. Maybe someday I'll get the fancy ones. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a superstar. I don't know if I can deal with that. Whiskey and Cinch says, hello, welcome. I hope you are enjoying this day. It is a beautiful day here in Rhode Island. I spent the day mostly inside, outside-ish at a vineyard. It was beautiful. It was lovely. A very familiar vineyard. My brother worked there for a while, so we knew a fair amount of people, or at least I was acquainted with some. So it was all very nice. Wonderful. A little, as I said, busy, but all right. Andrew Butler, I did. No, I changed it. This was a very sudden decision. I also saw that 4-Leaf wasn't going live, and with this being the main topic of discussion, it just clicked. It clicked just right. 4-Leaf didn't go live tonight. I saw that Pinch Hitter was going to go live. No. Don't worry. Don't expect me to know what I'm doing. You're pinch hitter. But with that, you did give me the option to go live a little early. Four Leaf wasn't going live right now. Iris with it's all one of those things. It just all clicked, and all I had to do was turn this on. Making the thumbnail, on the other hand, was a little bit of a ah! But other than that, Irish whiskey will be had whether Four Leaf is here or not. So thank you, Four Leaf, for that. Give me the excuse to go early and have some Irish whiskey. It all just slid and fit like that. But welcome. Oh, gotta click on names. Blah! Whiskey Uncensored. Hello. Your name, your little icon doesn't like to show up. I don't know why. Because it's uncensored. Or it is censored in this case. Andrew Butler. Again, yes. Early, just for you, because you gotta go to bed at some point. I know. There we go, pinch hitter. You did not make me go live too early. It all just worked a certain way. And I'm cool with it. I'm happy to go live early. I had thought about doing a live stream giveaway, but I'm not up for it. Starting with some green spot. Please let me know what you have in your glass tonight, no matter what it is. Doesn't even have to be a glass, maybe a coffee mug. I would want to think of something else that'd be funny, but my brain was like, no, you're not going to do that. Magic trick. Uh-oh. See, don't make me curious about stuff like that. Also, Sugar Kitty Meow. Hello. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. Again, this was a very, very sudden shift in what was happening, so I appreciate everyone who was showing up. 5 fingers. I like that. That would be the I next to the O right there. This smells wonderful? Sure, wonderful. If you're unaware, there you go. You've seen this. Most of you have seen this before. 40%. Mitchell and Sons, Fine Wine and Spirits, Dublin. From a traditional date into 1805 comes the inspiration for Green Spot, Pot Still, Irish whiskey, triple distilled, matured, and bottled for Mitchell and Sons. Shock. I still like to get my hands on some of these fancy green spots. They do things with them. But I don't know if I want to deal with that. The green spots are not cheap right now. Not that they ever were. So the price has gone up, so my inclination to go find these fancier green spots and buy them has gone down. But maybe I'll see one on the shelf for cheap, but unlikely. So for now, still my birthday whiskey. Still get to drink it all year round. That's nice. So nice. So pleasant. This is another one of those whiskeys that's going to go right there when trying to introduce people to whiskey. Oh, fruit notes. If I had been watching the Grail Girls reviewing Carpathian whiskey, I would have missed the alert. Well, I'm glad you saw it. Again, trying to figure out whiskey stuff, or not whiskey stuff, YouTube stuff about whiskey is tricky. I didn't even put posts on all the other places I'm supposed to because I ran out of time. So I got Instagram. The Instagram stories, I got that. Oop, that's supposed to be off. If you heard that bink noise, that was my computer. No. And the fact that I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. That was the Blizzard thing. Turn that off. There we go. Sugar Kitty says the wine finished green spots are way too much in the U.S. They pay way less there in Canada. The lucky, yeah, I know. Well, I didn't know that, but I knew in general they're very overpriced. And again, if I'm looking this way all the time, the chat is over here, you are over there. The back and forth is real. I want to move this over here, but I will not be able to see the chat or the clicky chats as easily. Yep. Zenbu, that is the someone has logged on noise for BattleNet. Oof. Pinch hitter, don't worry about it. It is the internet, and shit always goes wrong. That's how it works. I consider myself fairly lucky that OBS has worked without too many hitches with me, he says as he knocks on wood. Plums and prunes, ooh. Oh, I love seeing this. Look at those. It's beautiful. Beautiful emotes. Fig bait. I don't even want to know, guys. You talk about figs and whiskey? I'll try mostly anything, but I know there are plenty of things where it's like, sure, I'll try it. This is a mistake. Oops, speaking of, I have not taken something I need to take to bring me down a little further. No, it's not a piece of candy. Don't worry about it. You don't know what it does, so it's fine. Dad, I forgot to give you some of these today, by the way. I'll pick up some soon. If Dad's still here. I assume he is. It's gonna mess with my palate a bit, but that's alright. Slapshot, hello. Welcome. Welcome to this. Utter madness. I hope you are doing well. I don't even know, like, when I think about it, I don't know how many of you are fathers. Some of you are. I think Slapshot is. Not sure. If there's one thing I'm bad at, is keeping track of anything. Magical disappearing shirt. That sounds fun. I can do that with no. We're not there yet. I've had wine and beer and now whiskey, but I'm not there yet. Some people, referencing something specifically, but has said coconut, like coconut sunscreen. I don't really get that. I could almost get that, but it's not a dominant thing for me. Oh my God, Slapshot! How do you survive? Also, happy Father's Day. That's insane. I don't even like that thought alone makes my head hurt. And freaking blah, blah, blah. Keep an eye on the clock. Dad, I forgot to take with me the Relief Sweet Spots. Mom has wanted these, and I have my own, but for whatever reason they sell out really fast. So hopefully this week I will be able to pick some up soon. And I really should have taken one of these earlier, before I went to the vineyard today. You'll see more about the vineyard soon on Instagram, by the way. I had some wine and I had a beer and a burger. A very good burger. I ordered the beer that was called a stash. It seemed appropriate. I could explain that too. It's called that for a reason. It's not me. You are. Those are your animal children. Well, there you go. You raised some ladies. I love it. Oh yeah, Sugar Kitty, thank you. I gotta, hold on. I have a thing, but it's covered by something else. And now I can't see if the thing shows up. Hold on. I know how to do this. I got it. I got it. There you go. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 750. Now, the race to 1,000 isn't as present as it was recently, but it's still there. And 750 would be a nice start to seeing that finish line at 1,000. There are going to be some slight changes with YouTube as far as monetization goes, so we'll see if I can get the watch hours in. And if you want to actually just watch my videos or play them in the background with the sound off, excuse me, that's up to you. But it would help out a lot, since once I reach that, they will start to throw me into the algorithm a bit more, I hope. Especially for those who have an interest in whiskey and my sense of humor. Probably not that many people, but it's all right. There's at least you. That's the important thing. The ones who are here now. Blah. Trying to look at words while they move. Agnezy, hello. Ahoy, if you will. Hoy hoy. Hoy hoy. Whoa, words I don't understand how to say. I have some Bokaha Bokabusa e de Vida Figu, which was the basis for the family recipe. Whoa, everything's moving. And the 10 in the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Plum brandy is usually plum brandy. Well, that would have been a lot easier to say if you just said plum brandy. But, never tried it. Would like to. I think I like plums. I don't think I like actual plums because the texture freaks me out. But I'm okay with figs or prunes. I'm at that stage in my life, it seems. As many fathers are. Why did it have to be snakes? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of reptilian creatures either. They skeeze me out. I noticed how long their stream was, I'll say that. Are you guys okay? Chill out, have some water, calm down. Take a breather. Eat something, damn it. Divine. And that's the 15-minute mark for our first drink of the evening. That's nice. Hey, hallway noise. Shut it. There we go. Little movie magic there. You can see the bottles behind me now a little better. Wow. Forgot to turn that on. That's right, Hangnazy. You gotta stay regular when you get older. It's a thing. I certainly don't eat enough fiber. I barely eat, for the record. And usually it's bagels. Bagel something or other. Egg and cheese bagel. Bagel with butter. Bagel a la mode. I'm not sure that would be, but it sounds fun. With that, next whiskey. There we go. I got it. Next on our list. A favorite of my father's, officially. Redbreast 12. Redbreast 12, that's it. This is another 40%. A rich mix of dried fruit and spice with toasted oak and sherry undertones. I don't know why I read it like that. That is just a weird accent. Triply distilled and matured in the finest oak casks, product of Ireland. This stuff will change your life if you've never had it. If you're new to whiskey, and I pour some of this for you, it's one of those things that happens in your eyes. This has been talked about a few times when you're talking to new people who are new to whiskey, people have an interest, people are curious, and you give them something that you see in their eyes, the change, that inhalation of, oh my, this is something new, this is delicious. Why didn't I know about this before? You know, that happened with me and Redbreast. And thankfully my dad can have a little bit of it every once in a while. Not today, because we had other stuff. Your mind full and your bowels empty. Sure, Zen Boot, that's advice. Ross Smith and going. Hello. Schwelcome. Whoa. Keeps going and going. And I see what's happening there. We're here because we're here. Oh, and Dad, if you are still watching, this is John and Hank Green. This is Vlog Brothers right here. Now, you know, make sure you look them up. You'll find out a lot. He's the one I've been posting to you or sending messages to you about who's battling cancer now. Hold on. This one. Hank. That one's John. I'm not sure if I'm pointing that properly because I can't see it. Harvey Bristol Cream. I can pass on that, Zenbird. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me these things. It's terrifying. All I know is Worf liked prune juice. That's all I know about prune juice. That's a Star Trek reference. If you're not sure. Woof. I haven't opened this in a hot minute. Oh, it's hard to do tiny pours of this, but I have 2 more whiskeys after this, and they are delicious. We're all in the same category. Once again, Dad, Papa KillCo, Hank and John, these two. Hank and John Green from Vlog Brothers, VLOG Brothers. I mentioned them to you and Mom And you went, what? Instead, we were talking about, what's his face? What's his name? Well, it's not Mustache. Mr. Monster? Monster Mister? The Beast? Something like that? Big YouTuber guy. I'm catching up to him. Just you wait. Oh, Vlog Brothers. Vlog, Dad. Vlog. Vlog. What are you doing? But Hank has been fighting off cancer. I forget which one. Something to do with your nodes. That doesn't make sense. Vlog Brothers, you'll see there. It all makes sense. He has a mohawk now because he's been doing chemo. And Dad, I told you, mohawk. Hank did it for you. It might be. I mean, they have blood wine, so who knows what that does to a person. Lymphoma, thank you. Zen Boot, yes. I don't even know what I just said. But there it is, yeah. See, Dad knows. We were talking about Mr. Beast instead of the cool kids, the Vlog Brothers kids. He does have a lot of subscribers, but I have a, what is this called? Blinders on for YouTube stuff because I don't want to be distracted. It's too much. I pay attention to very few other channels because I need to do other stuff. Like, for instance, I was editing a video earlier today before I left my apartment. I got to a minute, but that was a good minute of editing. So I hope to do more either tonight or tomorrow. Exactly, Zenbood. I didn't start doing YouTube when I was 15 and make billions of dollars, so I'm going to stick with what I'm doing now. Hopefully once/if, again, I'm not going to assume anything, monetization starts in some way, shape, or form. That'd be cool. I don't remember exactly what they said they would do. I know I wouldn't be getting ad revenue until I hit 1,000 subscribers and got the 4,000 watch hours. So there's that. But there would be super chats, and I think they'd give you the option to do the little emote icon things. I'm not sure, because it wasn't something I thought I had to look into just yet. But now it's a thing that's going to happen eventually, and I'm not trying to figure it out. I'll keep looking. Just keep looking. Check every 1 or 2 days. Pennies in the pocket. That's right. I still know what we're talking about. I found some loose change in the dryer recently, and I say that because the dryer was at a laundromat. They were very hot. They were stuck, actually, in there's like a little metallic crease where the spinny thing, anyhow. I found it, I tried to get it out, I couldn't get one of them out. And I had to tell the lady, it's like, hey, you got pennies in there. Like, they're stuck in there, I can't get them out. Gave the old college try, it didn't work. What was really nice, I will add, was the fact that we got to go to the Newport Vineyards in Middletown. I was talking about that earlier, forgetting completely that I was actually in Middletown. We were talking about the airport, and I was like, yeah, it's in Middletown. Where we are. What? No, we're in Portsmouth. My brain was somewhere else. So if you're ever in the New England area, and by that I mean not the main city, but directly south of it, past Bristol, there's a place called the Newport Vineyard. I can recommend a lot of places in Rhode Island for obvious reasons. Uh-oh. Look out. Mama KillCo and Papa Kill had a very good day because my brother gave my dad a Father's Day card. That's all I'll say about it. There we go. Old Granddad 114 on a big rock. Am I acquiring a taste for bourbon? No. Is it good? Are you at least enjoying it a little bit? OGD 114 is a solid bourbon with a good price tag. And That's it, I think. Hold on, I gotta think of what I just said. Old Granddad 114. Good price, taste good. I think that was all I had to say about it. Not as easy to find these days. Enjoyed very little. Well, you could always make it into a old-fashioned. It's always an option. But that might just make it sweeter. I'm not sure if sweet is your thing, considering you like rye. William Hall, hello. William Hall, you are hearing correctly. I still don't know exactly when it's going to happen. I didn't read the fine print. And I haven't gotten the notice because I haven't hit 3,000 watch hours. So I've been saying, if you want to put my playlists on repeat for the next week or two, wouldn't hurt. Or you can just watch them. I mean, whichever one suits you. I'm just trying to figure out what, getting playlists in order. I've done that mostly. So I have, I forgot what all the categories are. Irish, rye, it has to be a rye. Irish rye, bourbon, world whiskeys, possibly Japanese, and maybe Canadian. I did this a little bit ago, so I already forgot. No, yeah, exactly. It was concerned. It's a thing that will happen, but they haven't gotten a definite. And either way, I need the watch hours. So it's nice to know that I'm ahead of the curve as far as subscribers goes, but the watch hours is really the clincher, and I think that's where most people are going to stumble. You'd think it's easy, but when you realize I'm making 5-minute long videos these days, even if someone watches the whole thing, that's 5 minutes out of 3,000 hours. You can understand the problem. Thus, live streams. Live streams at least give me an hour or two every week if someone watches the whole time. And people come in and out constantly. I don't look at the numbers anymore because it doesn't help me mentally. But I do know it's nice to see people in chat and talking. That is really, 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 really what I believe the algorithm is going for. And the YouTube overlords, they want your attention and your engagement. And so do I, because that's what they want. Sorry. But as long as we're having fun, we're good. If you're just here to stare at the screen and wonder why does this man have a mustache. Checking the time, we got 3 more minutes of Redbreast 12. Again, if you haven't tried Redbreast 12, do it. Unless you don't like Irish whiskey, but even then, please, give it one try. It is 40%, same as Green Spot. And the next one is very nice. It's very, very special to me. Maybe not to you, but to me it is. Is it still 40? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes! Be very careful because... Uh-oh. Can't read all that. The live streams are what we need to watch. Do you know how many you have? I can start helping with cat bots if you let me know if they are successful or not. I honestly don't know how many I have, but let's see. For a year or two, I did 3 a week. So that's... I'm not going to do the math, but let's just say... I was pretty close, actually, come to think of it. When I was doing 3 streams a week... and I did that for about 2 years. I got 3,000 hours, or at least around that. And ever since then, because one, I haven't been doing 3 a week, haven't been doing videos as often then, and I also had to take some time off after Psalm 1, because I went through a big old depressive episode. I was doing that just a little while ago again too, but getting through it a little better, still feeling okay, but it's all it takes, folks, and I never know what's going to happen, so it puts one on edge a little. Stay in the course. Trying to keep videos active and doing live streams for all of you, especially because I need to do something that's socializing in real life. This is as close as I care to get. And so far, so good, all right? Come on. Hold on. I wonder if views done as an incognito count towards watch hours, asking for a friend. There's one way to find out. I mean, again, if there's just a few people who do, put it on repeat in the background with the sound off, I will notice. Suddenly I'm from like just under 2,000 to over 1,000, over 2,500. I can assume that's from something like that. Whoop! There we go. Rob Smith says, I have a bottle of Redbreast 12-year cast strength and a bottle of Redbreast 15-year. Very impressed with both. Ooh, good stuff. I haven't had the 15-year in a bit, but I definitely would want to. Same with the, what's the next one? I have the 27. That's the weirdest thing to say out loud. But that's behind me. I'm happy to share that eventually. I've shared it once or twice already. But that's the one where it's just like, I don't know how to handle this. I didn't buy it myself, so it's wild. Whoop. Oh, gosh. You can always email me when the count of hours, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Catbots. I like that. Cliff Smith, hello. Please tell me you're home soon. Cliff has been the traveling man that he is. I guess traveling man is the best thing to say. I don't know what else to say. Traveling show? Almost. The traveling whiskey man. There we go. Taking whiskeys near and far, home to where we are. Ooh, I didn't know that sounded the way it did until I said it. This is so good I feel a little bad rushing through it, except that it has some hefty competition with the next couple. Thankfully, the first three are 40%, otherwise I'd be in trouble. Normally I'm in the higher proof stuff, but this day, I'm good. You'll see why later if you follow my Instagram. I've had at least 2 glasses of wine and 1 beer and a cheeseburger today. And that's about it. I checked my my numbers before I left the area, and let's just say I was around 0.03, maybe. That's still not over the legal limit, so we're good. But that was I'm going to drive very carefully thing for me. I wasn't really happy about it either. I was like, no, I can't be that. Oh, well, drive safe now. As you can see, I'm home, so we're good. Ravioli calls, come to you by Napa Valley Cab Sauvignon. Back in a few. Don't tell me that I haven't eaten much today. Enjoy, though. I'll see you soon, either when you come back or, Tuesday. There's a little adventuring going on soon. No! Cliff, why? It's one more week. I left on this latest trip on Memorial Day. It will be close as to whether I am home at all in June. Cripes. Yes, Mom KillCo, hello, welcome. Yes, we had the smash burger at the Vineyards. It was delicious. Cliff, I will drink all the whiskey for you at Irene's. Don't worry. Ow. We'll be popping in there on Tuesday. Yeah, there's a tasting of some sort. So I don't remember exactly what it is, but it sounds fun. Exactly, Sugar Kitty. I'm glad you paid Tuesday for a cheeseburger today. It was a very good cheeseburger. I almost wish I had gotten the double one. Like it had a double burger option. I didn't do it. I almost wish I had, but that would have been a lot of chewing. I'm behind already. Crap. One of the last times you're going to see my fancy water because it's expensive. So, putting that on hold. Oh well. Good while it lasted. I'll say that. And also I won't have to recycle stuff as often. You get 12 bottles every couple of weeks, and it's like, oh, I need to recycle everything again. Is that an Elmer Fudd statement? I don't even know what I said there. So we'll say yes. No. Oops. Dang it. I unclicked the chat, and I was like, oh, that doesn't clear it. Okay. This is a very fancy smash burger, Sugar Kitty. Very fancy. That was Mama KillCo. Sorry, Mom. I saw KillCo, and there's only 2 people who have that name. And it's Father's Day, so I'm thinking about that. The smash burger we had was at the Vineyard, so it was very different. All local stuff, apparently. So they say. And it was tasty. Nothing super crazy, but it was good. The ketchup they gave us was weed. It was wild. I didn't know how to feel about it. Didn't hate it. Not sure if I liked it, though. Ha-cha-cha. Unless I said waskly wabbit, Mom, because I will say things I don't know what I just said. Happens more often than I care to admit. Usually it's okay because I'm just talking to myself. So, Next on our list of whiskeys to be had this evening. And again, 4-leaf. I'm doing the good work. Just for you, because you're not here. This is the Fighting 69th. Do you know what this is? Probably not. I did a video about it, though. At least I think I did. Not this one. I did a video on Fighting 69th, but not this one, because this is Whiskey Mentor's pick from Irene Tan, Felix Felicius. Felcis. That means something, but I forget what. And as you can tell, this is one of the bottles that needs to, hold on, what's the phrase thing we did? This one looks like rain. If you don't know that reference, it means It's Raining Men, which is a song you play for reasons. Once you kill a bottle of whiskey, you flip this upside down and just hum to yourself, It's Raining Men. So this looks like rain. Get it? No? It's all right. It's the best thing we've come up with so far, and I can thank Zenbid for that, because the one I was trying to use just didn't work. The abbreviation of that didn't work. And this is LLR, technically, but I just say it looks like rain. And I have a few of these. Again, the Green Spot is one of those. Yes, the house-made ketchup is what we had. And again, it was real odd. Didn't taste bad, just tasted somewhat confusing. Excuse me, I'm talking too much. So you can't have this, by the way. You can have Fighting 69th. This is a whiskey you can get, and it's affordable, and it's a runner-up for Jameson. This is the kind of the category it's in. This one is also 40%, and it is, since it's a pick from Irene, you can imagine it's delightful. So we'll pour a little bit of this. Keeping an eye on the watch here. Falling behind, but the last whiskey I'm not going to talk about too much because I'm not supposed to talk about it at all. It is He Who Must Not Be Named. Oops, god dang. Please remember to like and subscribe because I forgot to put that away. Maybe I should just leave it there because then I won't have to think about it. There we go. What the? Wimpy from Popeye, was it? With the burger? I really like burgers. Let's talk more whiskey. Thanks, Rob. What was the name of the good luck potion in Harry Potter? Oh, what was the name of it? I feel like I know that, but it's just not showing up. Wait a minute. Was it something like this? Was it Felix Felicius? Felix Felicius. I honestly don't remember what it was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was that. Yeah, just a touch. This is hard to do because these whiskeys are all really good. My brain wants to pour a little more than that because I want to drink a little more than that. But we also have other whiskey to drink. One more, and I won't be able to say much about it other than it begins with a P. Yes, Klishner. That's right. I still don't know how to say it. It has 2 L's, though. Felix... No, it doesn't. Felicis. F-E-L... That I looks like an L. F-E-L-I-C-I-S. Irene Tan's pick of the Fighting 69th. I believe it's delightful. I haven't had it in a minute. And as I said, another bottle that needs to just rain away. Unlike this Redbreast, which is a bit sad. However, Redbreast goes for about $60-something odd these days, so I'm not in a hurry. I'm not looking to finish this off fast. That's not a good idea. I have other whiskeys, but there are some that want to stay on my shelf. That is one of them. I only have a few, but as far as Irish whiskey goes, there are very little. There's another one that's new, and I can't tell you much about it because that's the one that we'll talk about next. And by talk about, I mean I'll show you the bottle with covering it up, and that's it. Y'all figure it out. You all know, yes, Sugar Kitty, the last whiskey must be redacted. And if you haven't been hanging out here long enough, Felicis? Well, why do they have all those eyes? Thanks, Sugar Kitty. Felicis. Sounds like something cats would say. That's what it is. Or snakes. Voldemort. Oh, man. It has been a while. This one has more fruit to it than I remembered. Whew. Like berries and cream. Oh. Have a taste, why don't I? Sure. The texture on this one, it's not as sweet as the other two. Like Green Spot and Redbreast were sweeter. In comparison, like going through them all. Well, the mouthfeel of the Fighting 69 surprised the heck out of me just now. Redbreast is good, Green Spot is good. But this other one has the only thing I can say is a roundness to it. Like a wave. This is the hand gesture that happens with it too. Try that again to make sure that's the case. There's the slightest metallic note. And this is something I get on Irish whiskeys more frequently than I care to admit. I believe I could probably find them on Redbreast and Green Spot, but it is almost like a sliver of aluminum or tin. It's very slight. And it's much more apparent in lower quality Irish whiskeys. You get this very blatantly metallic-y, fake vanilla thing. Not so much in this one, but it's like hiding. It's over there, just out of reach. But I almost, I saw it for a second. I was like, hey, oh, never mind. Because this is usually, again, as I said, it's trying to go toe to toe with Jameson as a Irish whiskey. So I feel. So I've been told. Fellas is Latin for lucky. That's why in the book they call it liquid luck. Well, that's what it is then. This is lucky whiskey. Ow. Time check. It's much harder to drink 4 whiskeys in 1 hour than one would think. It's only 15 minutes per whiskey, which doesn't feel like enough time. So far, it isn't. Right now I have 2 minutes going on to 1 until I have to pour the last one. And the last one, once again, is a bit of a mystery to you, if you don't already know. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want other people to really find out. I did a video. So if you can find that video and watch it, and don't tell your friends. Yeah, that might be it. I mean, this is supposed to be, well, actually I don't know. Does it say? It might be similar to the stuff I find with grain whiskeys, or whiskeys that have used grain, because there's something, very off about those kind of things. I don't see triple distilled, but I'm not looking very hard, as you can tell. Reading is not my strong suit at the moment. Anyway. But that could be the case, Cliff. I really don't know. I haven't done the research, so to speak. Oh, this is good. I'm glad I have it, but once again, this is a bottle that needs to be finished at some point. Tune in for raffles, by the way. Could have happened tonight, but Father's Day was too much fun, and I don't have the energy or the focus to do so. Tonight is just going to be me coasting along to bed, which I will enjoy muchly. I'll take your word for it, Cliff, and if you're wrong, well, We're all wrong sometimes. But it would not surprise me. I do have that leaning towards pot still. I wish I didn't, because that's just more expensive usually. Whoop. Ah, all right. Finishing off our Fighting 69th, the next whiskey, I will show you the bottle. I can tell you it begins with the P, as far as the brand. The rest of it, though, I prefer to keep a secret. However, it's not that difficult to figure out what it is if you look back a few months into some of the Irish whiskeys I had. That's all I will say. Water first. Whiskey's going straight to my head. Yeah, it's there. Andrew Butler, you're not wrong. True story. Put a little water in here. I should point out, this will be my last whiskey of the evening. This one comes in at a rockin', for Irish whiskey every year, that is, 46%. This is also 12 years old. This is the bottle shape. That's all you get. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. You don't need to know. It's fine. I will share, don't worry. But... Sorry. That's a fun sound. Not sure if it's as fun on your end, but for me it's a fun sound. I don't like squeaky noises. So, I want to say we begin with the colors if I'm recording videos, but there you go. That's a nice little pour for the end of the night. So says I. Ooh. Oh man, a slight touch of hay, vanilla, a bit of butter, buttercream. Ooh, like the frosting. Cliff, we don't speak of it. Not going to answer that question with response. It's redacted. Delete. Oh. The Cork Speaker Podcast with KillCo, yeah. I did that last one on purpose, but those things can be squeaky as hell sometimes. Andrew Butler says, I've still got the old proper bottle shape and the facsimile deed to the distillery. What? Facsimile. Hold on. Facsimile. Wow. Facsimile. Brandon, I walk around the habit. Speaking in tongues, are we? Yes. I'm so tired. Doesn't show, but I am. Ugh. I do. Well, do I? I had the old bottle designed for a while, and I will say, I have some bottles that are empty over there that just need to go. I've enjoyed them. I like them. I don't want to get rid of the bottle, but keeping them does nothing, except for one or two. There's at least one of them I have that was signed by the person who makes it, so don't want to get rid of that one. But I get different types of metallic. There's more like cilantro on there. There's iron like spinach. Or there's copper like a penny. To me, pot stills are copper. Oh. That'll do it. Lon's pain, exactly, Sure Kitty. You nailed it. Towel and trousers are dry. Shirts and socks in the dryer. Lucky. I remember I can do laundry in the same place that I live. Mike Franklin, good afternoon. Thank you for stopping in. We are wrapping things up, but it's always lovely to see you. You're technically early for when I would go live, but today, Four Leaf wasn't here. I decided I have a bunch of Irish whiskeys to drink because Father's Day, and my dad went for the Irish whiskey route. So there you go. That's enough reason for me to drink a bunch of Irish whiskey. His favorite being, of course, Roy Brist 12. So that's clear. This is the one Dad likes the best. Have I given him all 4 at once? No. But he also shouldn't be drinking much alcohol these days anyhow. He had 2 whole drinks today. Woof. Got him. He was slammed. I wasn't. But on this last one, we have an Irish whiskey in a certain type of bottle that starts with a P. Oh boy. It smells so good. Oh. It's making me think of honeysuckle or flowers. Yellow flowers. And I will say honeysuckle, but I'm getting the image of yellow flowers, but which maybe daffodil? What are those big ones that look like cups? Daffodils? It's not dandelions. Daffodils must be it. Gold spot, Lake Franklin. Oh, I forgot about that one. It's right over there. You can't see it. Hold on. It's over there somewhere. But I'm also leaning into the lower proof right now since I've already had a day of wine and beer and food, and not enough food, let's be clear. So we're finishing the evening with a Irish whiskey that shall not be named. Do they? I won't say they don't. I just don't remember if I've had Dingle before. I honestly don't know. I don't think I have a bottle. So if I don't have a bottle, I don't think I do. I have some kind of Irish whiskey I didn't like, but that wasn't Dingle. That was something else. Popular brand, but I tried it. I didn't like it. But that's not their only type. I'd have to look into it. But there's one of them I didn't care for. I don't think it was Dingle. I think it was something else. But I can't remember what. Blech. Eddie Butler says, I must have missed the memo. Why is that whiskey a secret? Eddie Butler, I can't tell you. Sugar Kitty might be able to tell you, though. If you two want to get in touch and talk about stuff. They may or may not divulge the secret. And you can't talk about it because there's not a lot of it. And if there's not a lot of it, you don't want to let too many people know. The price is already $70 to $80. Is Dingle the one that's expensive? I don't remember. Daffodil's the big yellow cup. Okay. All I'm thinking about there is Willy Wonka singing and then sipping out of that little yellow plant or yellow flower cup and then biting it. You know, childhood memory thing. Also, that ride through the tunnel was terrifying. The Dingle Gin. So that story yesterday. Ugh. Wine and beer, living Vidamum. You'll see a post on Instagram at some point about it. But had a nice time. A long bit of waiting, but also a lot of time just in family company, which was very pleasant. And it wasn't too crazy busy. I was worried about people being like wall-to-wall busy, but it was, you know, busy as you would expect on a Sunday, Father's Day thing. It was slamming the kitchen, so everything was slowed down quite a bit because of people who didn't make reservations and just showed up. You know, fun. It's always a great time. Dingle is hard to get, and therefore likely expensive here in the U.S. Yeah, I know of the word, like I've heard it, Dingle, but I don't. Like it's like the other one. Oh, what the heck's the other one? There are a few Irish whiskeys out there that I've heard the names of and been like, oh, that sounds so. That price tag is way too much. Yeah, and Irish whiskey itself and Scotch the prices are just creeping up because they know people will spend that much money. I won't, but maybe someone else will for me. I will not anticipate that, though. There are a few behind me already that I'm just going, I don't know how I have this. Yeah, Andrew Butler, the prices over there probably a little bit different than over here. Well, it was something. I mean, I never like one I've experienced, and thankfully I haven't experienced many, but that was terrifying. The song was fun. Dingle Gin, I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's good. Oh, Cliff. You gonna bring some to Irene's at some point? I'm sure she'd like to try new gin. She hasn't tried it already. Oh, she may have a bunch for all I know. Oof. Alright, counting down. I haven't had a sip of this yet, but we got 5 minutes left. Chloe. Sounds fun. Copying my name and everything. I'm kidding. $72 US. Whew. Oh, I gotta keep clicking. And again, I'm looking over here all the time. Sorry. Irene and I tried Isle of Harris gin the other day. Not a sipper, but makes a killer gin and tonic. Ooh. There's another thing I want to dive into a little bit. Not so much for the streams, but just for my own personal use, is doing cocktails. Because drinking whiskey neat is fine, but it's not always the way to go, especially not during this time of year. You go to gin and tonics, you go to mixed drinks, you go to whiskey and water. Fight me. It's one of my few definitive things. If you can have whiskey and water on ice, it's wonderful. It's not super complicated and expressive and all that. It's just a nice beverage that isn't just water. It does have a little alcohol in it, but it's one of the things I've leaned into a bit over the past few years during these warmer months. Hell, I may have one of those now. I feel bad using this type of whiskey, but it's an option for later if I should choose to have something else. You usually go with the higher proof stuff, so that's the idea for me. My personal preference is to use higher proof bourbon, and then water, possibly fizzy water, soda water, and ice. That's your beverage for 2 hours. Dingo's doing a special range for days. The Wheel of the Year. And more expensive than the usual stuff. I've only got this Samahan. So I played clarinet in a concert today. My favorite piece was an arrangement of Korean folk melody. Nice percussion is featured with a wood blocks. Ooh. Rob Smith, well, you can have a conversation. Right? I think he was lucky. He married a clarinetist. He was very talented, it would seem. Never heard her play, but maybe someday. I can hear myself sing, though. That's close enough to something. May or may not do more singing videos in the future. We don't know. Because, one, figuring out the sound is important. And two, it's harder to edit that kind of thing. I've never had to edit a music video thing. And if I want the sound correctly, it makes it more complicated. Doable, but complicated. A polka! Ha! Dancing through the Corvette. That's awesome, Zabu. You guys are living a life. What the hell? But also, that's a good thing. Glad to hear it. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. I hope you will go over to Pinch Hitter Whiskey. I believe he's still going live. I hope so. Because that was part of the plan on his end, since I was slacking. But that was only due to the fact that I was doing other stuff today. And when I got home, well, I'm going to start live early. Again, things shifted around. Four Leaf didn't go live. Dad won an Irish whiskey. 6 o'clock, why not? And now Pinch Hitter should be going live in a minute or two. So with that, you go there, tell him I sent you. He'll be like, who the hell is that? I'm kidding. Again. Sawin. Do it, Pinch Hitter. Sorry. Yes. Technical difficulties are the best. I just say use OBS. Make it simple. I don't know what other stuff you use, but it always seems to complicate matters. At least in my world. But good luck. Hopefully it gets figured out. But there you go. Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lines is going live next, hopefully. Barring any complications. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. That's a thing. Burn it down. I mean, yes. We will pass the torch. Good. This is me checking the time, by the way. This is also me checking the time, which is much better than that. But once again, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. I hope you have a good day. Had a good day. I will be decompressing for the rest of the evening and probably having a snack because I've only had one meal today. And I just had 4 whiskeys in an hour. So, it'd be best for me. With that, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you. How do I do this? There we go. Out there. Woo. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.